There, this one you can see a little better.
There's the
This is-
elevator. Okay.
Yep, that's that elevator. This one had burned down by then. This is when the highway had gone through. Because the highway used to come up here and turn by the library.
Well,
and
there's
then
that little
join-
gas station right there, practically
Here.
right next to Log Bar.
Yep. And that's when he went and built down the, you know, the, I don't know if people had trouble getting in and out of it or if it was just too tight and or maybe they expanded it more. Well, they would have taken this out then, right? Because all that's left
Yeah.
is this. So then he was cut out when they did that. So here's this block. It's this big building here. This is where Nordland's would be,
Yeah.
and then Karlinski's was down here.
Yeah. So that was all buildings down there. All
There were quite a
businesses.
few in here,
Yeah.
yeah. Because there's
There's that burnt down where Schmea's. This is all just walls.
right. This just burnt apparently, yeah.
Yeah, it was in
So-
some fire in January and some fire died in Bolus and Little Falls came to help.
So here, this is prior to, or after when something else was built.
It's a thriving town. I mean, by the businesses.
There's
There's
you see Schmea's there, that rounded roof.
This rounded roof here.
Yeah.
And you see Grainbelt right there.
So
on
this
Scott.
one is later. This says 1965. What was the date on this
He
one?
built in the 50s.
This was 46. So this is 65.
You got any of the Garber store?
Where was that?
Don't really know, but it's in like 1905.
Mary's got a bag, T. Garber and Son.
They were.
Toby Garber had the Garber Rand tin shop south of Center Street. Joe Garber, who came to Royalton about 1905, ran an old odd and end shop.
There's a
The hat shop is the.
Joe Garber left the Graham building and in the early 1920s and opened in the box store carrying all kinds of clothes and footwear.
The Bauk store. Well, this is the Muncie block at the front.
Yeah.
That front one. This is Front Street. So this is the highway. But this is in 1898.
The
So
hat
we're
bag
facing north right here.
was supposedly in the old drugstores where this hat company was. Where I have this paper sack from.
Here's Bauk. This is Center and Front Street. So this is Center Street. This is going to Little Falls.
Okay.
And this is, you know, going like to go across the river. So here's a Royalton banner. Here's Bauk. It's a big wooden building. So this was where the Muncie building was built then, was it? Or did it come here?
Because Steve's got this big old crate from the Garber store.
From the Garber store?
Yeah, it was in top of one of those, in the attic of one of those houses he bought.
Interesting. So, yeah, I don't know. I can't see any other names that tell me anything.
There's
there.
Frank and Kate Karlinski.
yeah. I was reading that earlier.
There's Center Street. That's this one.
Yeah.
In 1900s, early 1900s. That's Main Street looking east, so
East.
that's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh, there were
Good.
trees.
Yeah. That was snowy.
Yep, and that's early 1900s also.
Well, that's
That's the bank on the corner there.
corner that went into the post office and then the antique shop. Until Dub's Diner and Mills on Tan.
And then there would have been Don's down on the end.
Right,
Yeah.
and that little barber shop.
Petrons
Yeah.
would have been in
Pet-
there. Oh, that's Petrons right there.
Here, this one.
I think so.
Was it that high?
Yeah, but the front was higher.
Oh, it would just had a false front.
Just, yeah,
Okay.
I do believe, yep.
And this is some kind of cafe. I can't.
So let's
Is,
see
is that
in,
what that says?
in,
Yeah,
no,
this cafe.
in Don's Cafe there, that, used to be a hardware store and it also used to be a pub, a saloon.
Oh, really?
And
Because
then,
when we took something apart there, it had glass windows with hams.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And you didn't save them?
No, it was left in there.
Oh.
It was covered up though. Oh.
and then the south part
What
of that.
did we do?
Because they
Let's go.
probably were two different businesses. At some point, they bought this second building
Right.
and combined them.
They were two different buildings and it was like a
Confectionaries.
foot and a half thick wall in between.
But where was this Jerry's Cafe then? And this was Rooney's?
That would have to be Jerry's because it butted up against Petron's.
And this was Rooney's then?
Yeah. And then the bank.
And then the bank.
And it's still got this little,
That little niche in
Yeah.
there. Now this says Boyd's, where that little niche is. The bank is still here. This is 1903. Look at all the awnings to protect from that west sun. First Street. So this is looking north on this street right here, I believe. This would be Scotty's. This would be
It says Royalton Bank.
what I
right?
think of as the it was a laundromat when I was
Yeah.
a kid,
yeah.
and then these are the ones that burned. Looking west.
Must be fur and something, maybe furniture store or fur trading.
Where do you see it?
FUR.
Right up here.
Oh, okay.
FUR
And here I'm looking at livery over here,
Yeah.
stable.
and a shoe store here. There's those two, corner buildings with the corner entrance.
Yeah.
Main Street. Looking.
There's the railroad tracks.
Mm-hmm. Another look at that same. Okay, now there's the school.
And what's that big house right there in the front?
Postcard taken from the Russell's elevator. This one?
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah.
where Chisholm lived.
Huh?
Probably where Chisholms were living.
No.
Or
Well,
This is
It-
taken from Russell's elevator. So, being that we had two elevators, I don't know which one it is.
What year was it?
It's
1910.
1910, approximately.
would that be Helen's house? Helen, was her name?
Schlichting,
Yeah.
which ended up to be Chisholm's house.
This house, this building, I think, is still standing.
That's by the car wash.
Remember Mary Polinsky, remember her?
Yeah.
Her mother, that was a little tiny house,
This
and that seems like that building was there. There's still an old building standing, if I remember right.
do you think that this is Chisholm's?
I don't know.
But isn't that little building there right where by the bank?
No,
And
not
that-
that,
and that lot-
Saudi house.
That would have
no.
been Soddy House. That would have been that would have been another block back.
And right, that'd be over like only a block.
And that perspective wouldn't be right because you wouldn't see the school from here. Would you? From the Chisholm, if you're looking this way from the Chisholm house, you'd be looking over the river.
Depending
And
on
the
which
school,
angle you're going at.
But
You-
it looks pretty. The house is pretty square. You're not seeing.
I don't know. But that little building there.
That looks familiar.
Oh, yes.
That little that window up there.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
sort of a. There's an elevator there.
Well, wasn't there an old building where Betty?
Yep,
Lived?
that's right there, right beside Betty, where Betty lived.
Back to that other
The
picture.
rock shop house.
Yeah.
It was right next to
I'd have to
hers.
look at Chisholm's. I don't know if they have 3 windows or if it's that wide.
But you know what also? If with that building that I'm saying is so familiar, it maybe isn't that. Maybe that house is totally gone because
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Where the rock shop house is now, wasn't that moved in there? It was.
Oh, I don't know.
Or was it just jacked up and a basement put under it?
I think that might be more likely.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. Okay, here's a view.
There's the log barn. There's that part that no longer is
No
there.
longer exists because now
And the gas station.
Here's a better look at. I don't know. This is an odd corner because is that Nordland's and the street goes in between? And what's this big building?
See, most of those buildings are gone now.
Mm-hmm. Because
Would
then-
that have been Karlinski's maybe even? No, it's Karlinski's was more
Well,
in the middle of the block.
My dad's station was down here, and Karlinski's were at the end of their parking lot. He had two buildings here.
Yeah.
Then there was Berg's had. Remember Berg's had a grocery store.
Berg.
Mary Berg.
Okay, Mary. That'd be
What
Ed
was his
and
name? Ed and Mary
Marge. She was.
Berg. Mary. Mary Berg worked at Don's Cafe with me.
Okay, no, I don't know
And
that
they had a
Berg.
grocery store like next to Jim Nordland's building.
Oh,
Okay.
And then there, I think, was the Collis garage. Then there were two Karlinski buildings.
it was a grocery
And then there was the
store
gas
and a
station
general
on the
store.
end.
Because Karlinski's had like a hardware
And
and
the general store, like
Right,
Yeah.
you just
right.
said.
And they
yep.
had a grocery store too at one time.
Yep.
Yep.
But Berg's had this grocery store.
Okay.
At the same time that Pearson's had his out.
Oh, I
But
remember.
Jim has
Pearson
those
in
windows like that. And go
Okay,
back.
go back. Which one? This one?
Next one.
This one.
Yeah. Isn't that it? Because there's streets right there. But when he bought that place, it was all abandoned, so he framed those windows in. You can only see it from the inside.
Because that house there is
Oh.
Jane's
Where he
house,
where he
isn't it?
blocked them in.
On the corner?
The what now?
Isn't that Parkin's
This
house?
is Parkin's house right
Yeah,
here.
my old house.
Yep, yep.
Yep. And that there's a little house built in here
That
with
was
that
the
little upstairs.
Yep, that, I remember Jeanette and Plattenberg, Chuck and Jeanette living there.
Okay,
And-
who built it? Well, it wasn't built in 1946, so
Yeah, I don't know I don't remember who they even bought it from.
Because that's
I
where
was
Gertie
very-
Hobart lived.
there it is now
Yep.
in 1965. So somewhere between 46 and 65 it was built.
Okay, look.
What?
See, Norland's got gas pumps in front there now.
Oh, here's the old Episcopal
Oh, here.
Church.
This one?
Yep.
But it doesn't look as long. Did they take off some of that building in the back? Or was it built out front for
He
the...
said it was built all the way to the highway. The gas pumps, they told him, were in the middle of the highway.
Oh,
So,
So they maybe-
tore the front half down.
of the building down. So what's left is the back half of the building.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There was a big roof all the way, over the pumps and everything.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
So, does he have this much left, do you think?
Yeah, that would probably be it. Yeah.
Yeah, because you just got that small lot there. You see the
So-
alley going through.
Yep, right here. the
There was a
alley
shed
goes
there or
through.
something,
And I
looks
remember
like.
that it had that big loop back in there too, in that alley. Because my dad we'd walk uptown all the time through that
Yeah.
alley.
Yeah, you would remember that more. Yeah.
Back to Center Street. Back to the highway. A little clearer of the highway. Look at all that traffic. And there's that same, am I going through all of these again? Are we seeing these
No.
for the second time? No?
That one was seen for the second time, no.
Okay. This one we saw.
Main
Yeah.
Street looking
Okay.
east. Yeah, bank.
So,
See, I don't remember the bank being in there. I remember it when it was a post office.
Was
The
it
yes,
post?
before?
yes, it must have been a bank before.
Yep.
Because I remember the
Yep.
post office too.
Yep.
And they had a vault in there.
Yep.
Yep.
So that was a bank
And then-
before that.
Then
Yeah.
the Dr. Watson had his office, and
Yeah.
McGonigal had
And
her
McGonigal,
offices down
yeah.
there.
And
Well,
then
the
there was
vault
a
is still there.
Yeah.
The
there's
vault
a,
is still there.
There's
yeah.
a grocery store on the other side too around
If
the
Grandpa was living, he could.
There was a youth building in here for a while. Remember they
Yeah.
made a youth club?
Oh, really?
You were maybe too young. It was like in the late 60s.
Hmm.
Yeah, they had a pool table. They had a place for kids. It didn't last
and
very long.
a thrift store was in there too at one